Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic and we are playing some Hammer Time. Hammer Time. Dude, it's been a long time since I've heard that. Like I almost forgot the tune, but it always is there with you. Anyway, so we are playing some Hammer Time, which what is Hammer Time? Hammer Time is all about Colossus Hammer. A 1 mana, give an equipped creature +10/+10. It does lose flying, so unfortunately it doesn't quite work out with like the Maul of Skyclaves quite the same way or anything like that. But we can give it trample with Shadow Spear, things like that as well. But anyway, Colossal Hammer is a sweet, sweet card here where it's usually really hard to equip it because for 1 mana, you can get onto the battlefield, but then it costs 8 to equip, which is really, really difficult. Well, we got a few extra cards in Zendikar Rising, which make Hammer Time an awesome possibility. So 1 mana, target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If it's a warrior, you may attach an equipment you control to it. So we have to have all warriors in our creature base. We also do have one other creature that can equip stuff. So we have Nahiri, +1, create a 1/1 white warrior creature token. You may attach an equipment you control to it. So that's another way we can get a, every turn Nahiri, if people are killing this, whatever, we can still create a 1/1 11/11, or a +1 creates an 11/11 every turn. So pretty sweet, awesome shenanigans we can do with Colossus Hammer. So how are we actually going to win? I mean, besides hitting in with a big creature. So one of the best things we can do with our deck is actually with Fireblade Charger. On turn 1, we play out Charger or Colossus Hammer, either one. Then on turn 2, we play Charger, Colossus Hammer, and Resolute Strike onto Fireblade Charger because it gets haste whenever it is equipped. As long as we have these 3 cards in our hand, we can Fireblade Charger, Colossus Hammer, Resolute Strike. By turn 2, we're hitting in for 11 points of damage. If Fireblade Charger, if it dies, then it deals damage equal to its power to any target. That is why we have 2 copies of Kazul's Fury. So on turn 3, after we hit in again, if they chump block or whatever, we can also instant speed fling it. I would like to have an actual fling, but we don't get any additional speed by having fling for that combo. And I'd rather have 2 extra lands here that we might use it, we might not. And so Kazul's Fury, Shatter School Smashing are 2 modal lands that we have in the deck. I was debating and bringing in the one that like gives protection and stuff. And the land base is probably the one thing we may change up with as we're going through today with the deck, because I do think it can get a little bit better there. But yeah, overall, I'm really, really excited. Fireblade Charger, it deals damage equal to its power. So if we have Colossus Hammer out, we hit in for 11 points of damage on turn 2. Opponent then is probably going to be looking to like, all right, if we're on the play, they can't really do anything about it. If they get to their turn 2, whatever, the best removal spells are all destroy removal spells, and so this could just straight up close out games for anything that's like running black for eliminates or the new 1 mana black one that kills stuff. But they're not going to fire that off because it's sorcery speed. So anyway, there's just some really cool stuff we can do with this. Hopefully, just close out games. The other cool things we can do that really work synergistic wise, we have Core Blade Master, which is another card from Zendikar Rising. Equip warriors you control have double strike. So if we have Fireblade Charger on turn 3, we can also just win that way, as long as they can get through. We do have Shadow Spear to try to add in the trample, add in the lifelink, being able to kind of just do a couple other things. I have 1 copy of it because if we're trying to run Resolute Strikes and everything out, it doesn't work quite as well. It works great for Champion of Flame, being able to put another thing onto this. Maul of Skyclaves kind of comes in as well, being able to give flying first strike to our creatures. Great for things like Glorybound Initiate, which can end up giving us a little bit of extra life gain as well, which is also a warrior, by the way. There's a couple other warriors that can come in. There is Earthshaker Kenra. Earthshaker Kenra, another one that we may change in and bring in later on because it does have haste. If we have Resolute Strike with this, like and Colossus Hammer, this is a turn 3, make something not be able to be blocked. We can actually, as this trigger, so it enters the battlefield, target creature with power less than to Kenra, well, we can Resolute Strike at instant speed. So if we have Colossus Hammer out and we have Kenra come in, we could make anything basically unblockable because we can change his power to 13 or to 12 by the time it actually resolves. So right now I don't have it in there just because I like the life gain that we get from Glorybound Initiate. It's just a good card without having anything else going for it. Where same thing with like Seasoned Hollowblade, where there's a little bit of indestructibility. Blade Master has some really good upside. Champion of Flame has really good upside and is our 1 trampling creature. But Earthshaker Canra may come into the deck as well as Sir Gwyn, which is another way that you can equip Colossus Hammers on for free. So Sir Gwyn, it is a 6 mana spell, and that's the reason it's not in here, and it would make us go into 3 colors. But whenever an equipped creature you control attacks, you draw a card, lose 1 life, and equipped creature you control you can equip any knight you control for 0. And so Sir Gwyn can be really busted and just do awesome things, but that would be a knight deck and a Sir Gwyn deck. I feel like it wouldn't really fit necessarily into this right away. So anyway, that's one side of it. And also Akiri. I guess I'm addressing all the ones I didn't put in before I'm addressing all the ones I did put in here first, just because I feel like it didn't quite fit. Akiri, I think that you can fit 1 or 2 copies of this into it. You can give creatures indestructible, all that kind of stuff, but it's not as aggro thing to do with a deck. There's a lot of other things you can do with the deck that would be more aggressive, that would be just better overall. So I do like Akiri. It also lets us draw cards as things get equipped. I just feel like we can find something else maybe a little bit better right now. I'm not sure if that's the best thing to do. I'd rather have more copies of Nahiri just to go use the -2 and draw for cards that way. So I don't know. It could come into the deck. I'm not sure where to squeeze it in right now. Oh, I did forget. We do have 1 extra land here with that's the other land I was wanting. So Jury Shelter, 2 mana instant, target creature control gains protection from color of your choice until end of turn. So that's already a little bit of protection kind of in our land base. I could see this maybe swapping out for that spot to potentially give protection and get his card draw. And with how cheap our deck is, we don't necessarily need this, but bringing it in would make it less cheap. It's just a hard thing to do, you know. All right, so here is all of our, let's break this down here. So here are our warriors. We have a ton of warriors with the deck. We have Champion of Flame, gets plus as more enchantments are onto it. Season Hollow Blade, Core Master, all these are really great. Nahiri, just perfect for the deck. It can -3 and deal damage equal to creatures or planeswalkers, equal to twice the number of equipment control. So Nahiri is like the perfect card in our deck for this. The equipment side of things is everything else down here. So we have, Spikefield Hazard, another land for us as well. So we actually have 25 lands in the deck, I believe, which is great. You could do that in a deck like this where typically you run the issue of either drawing all of your creatures or either drawing all of your artifacts, or you are trimming down so many lands to make sure you have enough of each of those to try to get the equal amount that you end up just kind of being a little bit dead on lands for these kind of decks. And that's one of the best things about these modal lands is that we get to bring in some removal, which you don't typically get to squeeze in as well. We get to bring in some protection. We get to bring in, some combo pieces as well as a little bit more removal all into our land base and still increase the odds of us hitting good land drops. So I love the modal lands that come in from Zendikar Rising here. I do think that I'm trying to find out the exact numbers to be playing with all these now. I'm not sure how valuable it is to have more tap lands in the deck, everything like that. But it should help us with our card draw overall. 3 copies of Evercleave, 4 copies of Skyclave, Maul Skyclaves, Crystal Slipper, and 1 Shadow Spear. I like having the ability to have haste. I like the Shadow Spear here. These are all the equipment that we can actually equip onto creatures without having Resolute Strike. The biggest issue and downside of this deck is if we don't, why did I put that over there? If we don't have Colossus Hammer and we don't have Resolute Strike, then everything else gets a little bit worse. We're all built around trying to hit equipment and everything like that. And so I'm trying to find ways to squeeze in more copies of the Shadow Spear, more copies of Crystal Slipper. We put in 4 copies of Mollusk Skyclaves because I really am a big fan of this card. It's really nice the fact that we can have things equipped to it for free or for cheap. The 4 equip costs is a little bit annoying, but having it onto a Champion of Flame is just, it's sweet. A 5/5 flyer with First Strike and Trample is pretty good, so anyway, that's it. Let's just go ahead and jump into the gameplay, see how this deck does for us, and wish me luck. All right, this hand is pretty terrible. We're gonna mulligan it. It's all the things that we don't want. Oh, I almost had keep. Whew. All right, 2 lands. That's all that we need, right? Sure. All right, keep this. I think I'm actually going to drop the Embercleave. I want to get the Mollusk Skyclaves. Having multiple creatures can actually be really good. Core Blade Master with these 2 can be really busted. And I'm fine waiting to find other Embercleaves. It's a shame, but I think that's what we do. Selfless Savior. There's a Lurrus. I do feel like Lurrus could be a good addition to the main deck as well. We have so many 2-drops and things that are powerful. The Colossus Hammer can come back, all that stuff. So there could be some fun, interesting things, possibilities. All right, go Plains, go, I guess, yeah, Champion of the Flame. Core Blade Master could be interesting there as well. But we get 10 points of damage in 2 turns. Swinging in Sentinel's Eyes. Alrighty. Selfless Savior. Down to 17. All right, shock this in. Maul. So this stops creatures' ETB effects, but not artifacts. So Champion of Flame becomes a 5/5 with first strike, trample. I could hold it back to maybe block here. So I swing in. We play Core Master. If we do find, there are a few other things we can maybe do. I could potentially Gazelle's Fury soon and actually went closing out the game there. I think we play defensively for 1 turn. Angelic Gift. More blockers. We do have trample on this guy, so I think that's kind of fine. Not that big of a deal. That's a lot of Selfless Saviors. That is a lot of Selfless Saviors. All right, so Core Blade Master. Do I want to hold off on the Gazelle's Fury? Putting out a few more creatures means Embercleave can be busted here. Let's play. Let's go ahead and play this out. And so now we have a double striking dude. They can gain not that much life. If this is all that glitters, it hits for quite a bit, but I think that's fine. Play the Charger, swing with Champion Flame. Hit for a bunch and a half. They don't have enough to kill it, so they have the ability to give it indestructible, gain them some life. Oh, good job chump blocking. Don't forget about the trample and stuff. Yeah, this is a great thing. We basically turned this into an Embercleave already. Build your own Embercleave with Blade Master and everything else going on. Fun stuff. Down to 12. Yeah, I think they forgot about the trample there. Sweet. And the Embercleave is coming on the next turn. Oh, that would have been so fun. So fun. All right, we don't have the Resolute Strike, but if we draw it, it's amazing. And Embercleave actually works well with this hand. So we're going to keep. We're up against the same deck again. We'll see. All right, not quite. Pay 2, Colossus Hammer, pass the turn. Hammer time. Ooh, Treasure Hunt with Luris. Yeah, this is a good deck. They have really got this deck like honed to be pretty consistent now. It's kind of terrifying. Fireblade Charger. All right, well, we're going to go for... We have no guarantee that we can actually equip anything this turn, right? So let's actually go Glorybound Initiate. It has the most damage dealing that we can do. So this is Treasure Hunt. Treasure Hunt deck is pretty interesting. So Treasure Hunt says 2 mana sorcery, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-land card. Then put all cards revealed this way into your hand. So they just put a ton and a half cards. And what they do is there's a couple different ways that they can win. They have, let's see if they found any yet. Yeah, so they can mill themselves out and then they can go for, what's your bucket? The Thassa's Oracle. Or this is what they've kind of changed more recently. This is a new addition, is that they run a ton of cycling lands into the deck as well. Once they draw most of their deck, all of a sudden they discard all the cycling lands into the graveyard. Zenith Flare becomes massive because there's a ton of cycling cards in the deck. And as long as they can get to 4 mana, which, I mean, they're drawing all their lands, so they can just be gaining life, prolonging the game, play more treasure maps or treasure hunts, and then get to Thassa's Oracle. So it's a good deck. It's kind of a little bit awfully terrifying. All right, so let's go with Flameblade Charger. I don't think Blade Master is the best here just yet. Let's go Champion of the Flame. Attack. I don't think that we exert, because we can exert next turn with the Embercleave hitting with it, and that'll be a little bit better. So down to 15, pass the turn. So then they also run the Mystic Sanctuary, so then they can keep bringing back treasure hunts. They keep casting it, do more stuff. Now they're digging for red mana, basically. They can't do it this turn. They have to have an untapped red source for them to really survive, though, I think. If If we find Resolute Strike, we win. Resolute Strike off the top is victory. Please, come on, Resolute Strike. Give it to me now. We have enough mana that we can equip Colossus Hammer on, and we Embercleave with like a 22-22 type of guy, or it could actually get a lot bigger than that. So yeah, that's the dream. Resolute Strike off the top. Nahiri. All right, can we kill him? So we have 4, 5, 10. We can do a lot of damage. It's not quite lethal. Nahiri can put Colossus Hammer onto something, and that gives us a higher chance at lethal on the next turn. How many cards do I have in the graveyard? All right, I think that we need to gain life so that we don't die to the Zenith Flare. So let's go ahead and play this tapped. Attack in, exert here, attack, attack. This will gain lifelink and hit in for 10. So we gain 10 life. They drop down to 3, I believe. Okay, 3. Down to 1. They get to Zenith Flare. We're at 28 though. They only have 27 cards in the library, in the graveyard. So they get to reset their life total basically. If they have a secondary Zenith Flare, we may lose. All right, that's a tough choice too. They hit us instead of this. That probably means they have another one. Yeah, now we have to re-equip the Embercleave. If we hit land, I could have... No, it's still not enough. All right, we go Nahiri. We just try to win on the next turn, basically. That's our only shot for us. So go Nahiri. If they have Zenith Flare in hand, we're dead. It means they had to start with it, though.
The solution lies in stone.
So create a token, put the Colossus Hammer onto it. We get to equip it for 3 next turn. Do you have the other Zenith Flare in hand? That is what it all comes down to. We had a chance to hit the Resolute Strike. We did not find it. All right, Zenith Flare, and now they have a cycling land to draw it back. And that's game. All right, good game. They Zenith Flare our face, and we're dead. Oh, no. All right, so we do kind of have removal in this hand, but Embercleave, Nahiri. Yeah, I think we got a mulligan. We have a chance to draw. We do have some action in the deck, and just getting to Nahiri isn't terrible. I'm gonna try this hand out. This is for science. I think you normally are supposed to mulligan this. We're gonna try it out for science. I do it so you guys don't have to. That's what this is all about. All right, play mountain. Do I kill it now? All right, I guess we kill it now. Pass the turn. Zerta Goblin. He's a big boy. We're gonna have to play out some tap lands. Let's go ahead and get out Castle Ardenvale now. I could have played the Crystal Slipper just to potentially turn on any creature after this turn. Turn him on. That sounds weird. Gruul Spellbreaker. Lots and lots of damage. That's bad. Yeah, we still haven't found a creature. I was kind of banking on the fact that we would do that. All right, Crystal Slipper, play the Plains. Pass the turn. So yeah, I think mulliganing... I'm not sure if our deck could have handled this, though, without creatures as well. Scavenging Ooze. Goblin. On 3. I can do 2 damage to something, but that doesn't help a ton here. I can equip the Crystal Slipper to the Champion of Flame, though, and that's not the worst. All right, Champion of Flame. Equip here. 4/3 blocker. And I think that we're still just dead on board, aren't we? Yeah, we're dead on board. Unfortunate. All right, we've got the hand. We have the hand. An indestructible 13/11. Seems pretty good. That's what this hand can do. Watch for the turn 1 Thoughtseize now. I'm going to keep the best hand ever, and we're going to get Thoughtseized. Please, please, please don't do it. Hello. Watch, they're gonna be super nice. What's up? Thoughtseize you. All right, all right. I may be a little bit freaking out here with this. Colossus Hammer. The best draw is the Fireblade guy. They're gonna have Brazen Borrower though, watch. Champion of Flame. There's not much destroy stuff in blue, and so less chance of Hollow Blade really being necessary. The Trample guy actually becomes a lot better. So Champion of Flame, play it out. See if it gets countered. Rude! Gosh dang it. People. Why you do that? Alright, more counter spells are coming. I am going to go ahead and shock this in for 2 reasons. In case there's another Lofty Denial, we can actually pay for it. And then also, they have a high chance of having 1 toughness type creatures come out, and so Spikefield Hazard is nice. Resolute Strike can also come down at instant speed. And so if it's any kind of damage dealing thing or cares about his power, we can have an answer. Bounce. Brazen Borrower. Rude. Alright. That's cool, I guess. Oh man, I love when you always get the perfect hands against the decks that just do nothing but interact. And it's like, yay, good for you. If we hit another untapped land, Nahiri is actually sweet here. Oh, if this resolves, they didn't counter last time, right? But that could be because of... That could be because Lofty Denial was in hand. All right, let's go for the same game plan one more turn. Hollow Blade. I should have probably played this Spikefield Hazard instead now. We'll see. All right, Brazen Borrower. I guess I could have let them try to counter that instead. All right, Resolute Strike. If they bounce now, it's kind of annoying. Alrighty. Pass to my turn. Land, not a land. Shadow Spear is interesting too, though. Let's go ahead and attack. And Spell Pierce is scary. If they have another Spell Pierce, then Nahiri gets countered here. I am going to play it though. It's the best upside. We've already seen a few counter spells. And by a few, I mean 2. Unsubstantiate. That's okay. Pass the turn. Pateramander. My turn. All right, I can go Fireblade Charger, Shadow Spear, equip here. We swing in for a little bit more. I don't really want to discard anything here, though. Let's go Nahiri again. Lofty Denial. Gosh darn it. I'll let them offer the trade. Terramander for discarding what we want to discard. Yeah, I don't think they'll go for it. Down to 14, past the turn. Dude, I hate playing against these kinds of decks so much. Yeah, that's cool. Draw yourself some cards. All right, passing my turn. Resolute Strike again. All right, this is what we're gonna do. Shadow Spear. So we actually have lethal on board, potentially. Puts it to the bottom, draw something else. If they want to counter Shadow Spear, that's totally fine. Oh, but please don't counter the Resolute Strike. All right, Shadow Spear here. Also don't have a Brazen Borrower. All right, here we go. Does it resolve? This is game if it does. Spell Pierce. All right. Well, we're still getting some life, hitting in for damage. Bring him down to 10. Back up to 19. If we hit land, we have Embercleave, which is also lethal. Puts it on bottom. At least, I mean, they've put 2 things on bottom. There is a chance that they're just running into, like, they could have another land in hand. They're getting another draw here. They get to adapt if they want to for 1 mana. I don't know why you wouldn't. They must be really desperate there. All right, Jin. Give me a land. All right, there we go. Swing in. How many cards did they draw off of this? That's the question. Embercleave. No! Unsubstantiate. Ah, so rude. Nice. All right, we take 10. I hate these decks so much. So much. Burning Fiery Passion. All right, if we hit a land, we actually get a pretty sweet play here as well. I don't think it saves us, though. Maul of the Skyclaves. All right, so we go Fireblade Charger. Maul of the Skyclaves. Oh, I thought I had 1 more mana there. I messed it up. Swings. I mean, we stay alive. I can kill the Jin. If we hit land, we can give another blocker here. So I can kill Jin. We have, this is any ability as well. So they actually just counter it. So we go face. It targets us, or it targets you or creature you control. Yeah, I don't think there's a way out of it now. They just found way too many of the right answers at the right time. Draws a card for them. Glory Bound Initiate. If we had haste, that could, no. Yeah, that's game. Well, yay for mono blue. Up against Thiago, we have all of our equipment and no creatures whatsoever. But we get 2 draws before that actually matters, and we're totally gonna find it. So we're gonna keep this hand too. I have a problem. I have an addiction to keeping my opening hand and just trying to make it work no matter what. I really do, I think, have a problem there. Colossus Hammer. Resolute Strike. We have everything we could want. You know, except the things that we need. Pass the turn. Opponent just scooped it up. Alrighty. Let's keep... Not an amazing hand. But I do like just the aggro of Seasoned Hollowblade Glory Bound Initiates. Actually not too shabby at all. Alright, Sacred Foundry tap, pass the turn. Goblin Instigator. Oh, Gobos. Goblins probably destroy us with this hand. This hand's really not that great. I want to be able to have the red for the Embercleave. Yeah, okay, we'll go this way. Let's go Glory Bound Initiate so we can start gaining life a little bit quicker. Oh gosh. Darn it. Alright, that might just be game right there. Alright, we get another land. That's not the worst. Hollow Blade, pass the turn. Dude, it's so frustrating. We have the perfect hands sometimes. Oh yeah, go attacking with everything. We'll trade off with your Chain Whirler. Drop into Nahiri. Kill the Chain Whirler. All day long. Passes my turn. Land! We just got rid of one of you. What's up? Alright, let's see here. It could be nice to get this out. We have 3 mana give something haste still available to us. Let's just go the other Hollow Blade. Get closer to the Embercleave, pass the turn. We could potentially still close out the game before they get anything really going on. Oh, except for a Ringleader. That's good. Ooh, that's terrible. Alright. We take 4, we go down to 11. That's not a very high life total. We need to close them out quicker. We get to deal, if we hit land, we get to deal 8, 11 possibly. We can get rid of another Nahiri, that's fine. Down to 13. Fast my turn. That's the wrong land. And I need to play it out instead of do anything here. So yeah, we'll go ahead and play it out. I think I want more discard fodder instead. So pass the turn. Plays Mountain. Plays Snoop. Instigator, Instigator. Oh my gosh. Dude. How much luck can you have? The answer is this much. So Nahiri is also pretty nice for us. We will block the Snoop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nahiri creates a blocker for us every turn. And I could just do that instead here. Oh wait, yeah, so block. Discard the Slipper. Down to 7. My turn. Colossus Hammer. Oh man. So Nahiri can create a token. The token doesn't do a whole lot for us. Embercleave can come out. If we have Resolute Strike on the next turn, we have a pretty good shot. Are we dead? So they have 6, 7, 8. So we're dead if we don't play Nahiri. Pass the turn. We really don't want to discard here if we can avoid it. Arsonist has haste. Oh my gosh. All right, that's game. Gosh dang it. That was a different side of goblins. That was frustrating just because they gave us just enough hope to like, we can maybe close this out. Oh man. All right, 0 red mana. If we find it with this hand, is it good enough? No, we got a mulligan. Keep this. This is good. This is great. This is grand. What do we drop? Keep 6. And with the less cards in hand, maybe Hollowblade goes. Charger could be nice, but I feel like we're in it for the Champion of Flame. But if it dies, then we have the other option. Start putting things onto. So let's go ahead and drop the Hollowblade. Lanny War Elves. Play the Charger. I really like the Charger too, just as another, I can kill things of yours. Pretty nice and easy. Selvala. Well, we should have the biggest creatures pretty soon. I could swing and kill Lanny War Elves, but no attacks. I'm going to do direct challenges after, it's like another 20 minutes. So this has reach. We get double Maul of the Skyclaves, which is pretty cool too. Put that onto Champion. Go a swingin'. Down to 15. It gets up to a 9/9 next turn. Elvish Visionary. Goes up to a 5/5. We do have first strike, so that's fine. Block, kill, yeah. I just want to keep our life total a little bit higher here. Slow them down a smidge. If we get 2 more hits with Champion of Flame, we win. Basically. Ooh, there we go. Double strike. That's 10 points of damage. There we go. Not too shabby. This is a fun deck when it works. So if they do what they need to kill the Champion of Flame, we have Mollusk Claves onto the Blade Master, which doesn't unfortunately get through this. They can have a really big blocker, but with Double Strike, I think we still have them. So it's a 10. We get to go up to 9/9 with Double Strike. All right, put this on, I guess, white. So 9/9 Double Strike, we do lose the Champion of Flame. We get in for, so 18, they're blocking 12 of the 18. So we still have lethal, right? There are cards in green that kill flyers, but I don't know why you would be running that in a deck. Okay, good. I was like, there is like a 2-mana instant speed kill creature with flying card. And so I was a little bit nervous there, but no one actually plays it. Good game. You know what would be great to find? Are combo pieces. One of these days, it would just be like a really cool thing. Can we keep this hand? Nahiri's nice. We do have 2 lands and some good cheap things to play. Turn 1, turn 2, play out a tap land. And if we ever find equipment, which Nahiri helps us with, we're in pretty good shape. I'm going to go ahead and keep it. It's still a good aggro hand. All right, we're going to shock this in. Fireblade Charger. Pass the turn. If we draw Colossus Hammer and Resolute Strike off the top, we still have a sweet play. All right, go attacking. Fireblade Charger. Play the Hazard. Goblin Electromancer. Go swinging. Let's see if they know what these guys do. Down to 17, play Hallowed Blade. Gloryborn Initiate could be nice. But the issue is if they have Flame Sweep, it just is dead. Where this does not die, so go Hallowed Blade, pass the turn. We did not hit our land. We have not hit any equipment. We have not hit anything we want in the deck. That's cool. Oh, man. Chart a course. Draw, discard. Radical Idea. Electromancer. Okay. Come on. Yeah, that's also terrible. All right, swing in. Keep damage flowing. I mean, this is 5 damage a turn. They've got to start doing something. Kill the Electromancer. I don't know why they would switch right there. That's a little bit annoying. I almost clicked the wrong one. All right, let's just go another Hollow Blade, I think. Yeah, Hollow Blade. Pass the turn. Opt. Opt. All right. I mean, lots of card draw. They haven't found any finisher yet, and we're hitting in for 7 each turn. So 2-turn clock, potentially. They could just like throw out shocks or something. We have to tap these guys down for a turn. That would be annoying. Pass to my turn. Gazul's Fury. Play the land. Go a swingin'. They waited till we went to combat. I'm fine with this. Discard. I guess Blade Master is the worst at the moment. So that was actually the wrong one to unsummon. They definitely should have unsummoned the same one that was getting indestructible. All right, opponent scoops it up. Yeah, they did the wrong one. Because then I would have had to discard 2 cards to just block it from this guy and have it not die, which would have been a much higher upside for them. All right, we have 2 of the pieces we want here. I'm gonna keep. We also have a hand that's pretty dead besides that, but we're here to play it. Fireblade Charger. I still like how this deck functions even when we don't hit all the equipment stuff. Like, we have enough good, just aggro warriors and stuff that they're powerful enough to win games. A little bit risky, frisky and whatnot, but that's fine too. All right, let's see if Glorybound Initiate dies here. Eliminate. Cool. Narset. All right, we don't actually draw cards though. That's fine. This puts it into your hand, I believe. Oh, that's bad. All right, and Nicol Bolas destroys cards. Unless they have an exile ability here, we win the game, I believe. So, Colossus Hammer, Resolute Strike, and kill Narset. No, we're gonna go face. Down to 4. Sacred Foundry tapped. Now, if you kill this, you're dead. So, I guess it's Extinction Event is a potential here. Extinction Event saves them. Bounce saves them. We get to go Nahiri, equip the Colossus Hammer, and then potentially Embercleave on the turn after. So yeah, we got the combo. Concede saves them. Yes, that's a way that it works too. Oh, I love that one. Keep. So we actually have a lot of tapped lands with this hand, unfortunately. So instead of going for Fireblade Charger, I think I'd rather get Champion of Flame on the board. So play Clifftop Retreat. Let's just play the Hazard. We lose out on some removal potentially, but I'd rather just get it out. Search for his contact. Yeah, and we're up against control, so that's fine. Go for White Source. If it's Shatter the Skies potentially coming, then I want Hollow Blade. All right, untapped land deck. Untapped land. I'm purposely not running as many Clifftop Retreats because we're running Pathways and a couple like castles and whatnot. That is one downside, is these become worse the more Pathways and the more other lands you play, like the Spike Haven stuff. Baffling End. Boo. The perfect removal spell. Good for you. All right, play Champion of Flame. Play a tapped land. Castle Ardenville is always tapped, where Clifftop Retreat may not be, so play that now. Colossus Hammer. Seems fun. All right, play this out now on red. Just in case they have a counter spell that need to pay 1, like they may be playing Censor. Equip there, swing in. If they want to censor this, that's fine, I guess. What's up, Not Sage? How you doing? Welcome. They did have Censor and did not counter the Colossus Hammer. Interesting. Shark Typhoon. Let's see if they also forget that this has Trample. All right, Resolute Strike may be victory. Maybe not. Tuck the Champion of Flame. Rude. All right, Charger. Maul number 2. Force the chump block here. I'd rather get it off the board. So aim it to Teferi. Shadow this guy also kills Teferi here. So that's fine. They basically have to have a blocker or else death. And we get 2 hasty fire blades next turn. All right. Shatter. Kill Teferi. That is one thing that's cool about this deck is if they do go slow with the deck, we can eventually just equip the Colossus Hammer, which it becomes a lot better at that point. Down to 12. So yeah, Fireblade Charger has haste as long as it's equipped. Draws a card. Well, we can kill Teferi. There's the Champion of Flame. Takes up the entire turn, basically, but I think it's worthwhile. Sharknado here would be really annoying. Ah, they got it. All right, we spent an entire turn doing that. Now they're totally fine tucking it, slowing us down even more. Well, poop. Yep, that is exactly right.
Let's take it back.
Teferi number 2. Or is this number 3 for us? Number 3 Teferi. That's cool. Hollow Blade could be nice. We can't actually equip anything here. All right, let's go Hollow Blade. I don't think our life total really matters, so we're not going to play out the Initiate. I mean, Dream Trawler might be what they're playing. Zorb's there. All right. Yeah, that means they have board wipe. There's another Absorb. That doesn't stop what we're doing yet. Another Sharknado could be annoying. Tucks again. Tuck, tuck, tuck. I am going to go ahead and Glory Bound Initiate. They probably counter here. If we get the counter out of the hand, though, and we can actually resolve some of the other creatures that do more stuff, I'm kind of fine with it. Pass the turn. Essence Scatter. Well, I could Castle Ardenvel. Unfortunately, I don't have the land to be able to get around it. It's like, that is something I can do here. We give it flying, we can at least be attacking Teferi. Yeah, I guess we pass the turn. Sharknado. Yeah, okay. Now they just eat up anything that we play. So that is probably game. Especially if they can, like, if we don't put in enough pressure, they just play this out and we're dead anyway. So that is game for us. That is the win condition, is Sharknado basically becomes big enough. That's the annoying thing with Control in Historic right now or whatever, is that it's good enough that I think you only have to have Teferis and Shark Typhoons to be the win condition, because Teferi can, as long as you control the game enough, mill them out just by it putting itself into the library over and over again, so they never officially lose. You will draw it before they will, basically, and Sharknado lets that happen. So that's a bummer. All right, so that is it with Hammer Time, and we did get the Hammer Time a couple of times, which is really fun. Unfortunately, we got to see a lot of the other side of the deck a lot more than I wanted to. You know, I'd love to have found Resolute Strike more often. I think we only found it 3-4 times. throughout all of those games for an hour of gameplay, which, I mean, that happens. Nahiri, I noticed, was kind of hard to play. It was 4 mana was a little bit difficult for a deck to get to, which we do have, I think, 25 lands in the deck. And so a little bit of a bummer that we didn't find that. I don't think I ever found the Sajiri Shelter. Yeah, there was just some interesting draws and how we drew. It was a little bit frustrating. Overall, though, I really like the deck. I think it's really fun to play. This is a deck that I think that I will play just for fun, just myself, because I like the big explosive type of decks. You guys probably notice most of my videos that are coming out right away are aggro decks, because I feel like everyone else plays all the other ones to showcase them, and I like to showcase the ones I like, the style I like to play. And these aggro type of decks that are silly, fun, and awesome are definitely my favorite. And this was silly, fun, and awesome. And it did some really big things. I think we won. It was like 50%, I think, win rate that we were getting with it. And a couple of games where we just got hosed, unfortunately, and that's going to happen. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Or you guys can follow me on Twitch with the link down in the description below, where we are going to be continuing the gameplay here today. So, yeah.